The day is nearly upon us for Halo Infinite's official reveal on the 13th, and there are two things I want to hype you guys up about. One, on the 12th, I'm going to be hosting a podcast featuring Halo follower, Footed Ghost, Infinite Forges, and Nethelese, and we're going to be doing it live at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so I want you to be there for that. And then, the next day, we're hosting our Halo Infinite reveal stream. I would love it if you guys would come and show up to that. There's going to be a link to that directly in the description, as well as a link to that podcast that we're hosting live the day before as well. So I hope you guys come and tune in. I hope you guys subscribe to the video, like, comment, all of that stuff. Seriously. And I hope to see you there, guys. Thanks. Come with me and step into a world where we discuss... Jim? Yeah, the echo. Yeah, it's not... No, it's not working. No, it's not working. Oh, there it is. Step into a world with me where we theory craft about Zeta Halo and how it was destroyed. We theory craft and try to figure out what caused this devastating event. Also, CustomChief is going to be part of it, so that's the end of this part. All right, so we are going to discuss what exactly caused the destruction of Zeta Halo in Halo Infinite. It's a topic that I think is very interesting and deserves a little bit more attention than it's actually gotten, truth be told. And here today, we have our good friend, CustomChief.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
So we're gonna.
Do you want me to say anything else?
No. I was hoping.
I'm just like sitting in awkward silence. I was like, "Oh gosh."
just.
I'll meditate.
That's painful. That's painful. Just being silent for that long. It's just painful. But so I figured who better to talk to about, the destruction of Zeta Halo than a fellow connoisseur of Halo, such as CustomChief over here.
Very professional.
And him and I had agreed, generally speaking, and I think that the community as a whole generally kind of tends to agree that this is the prevailing theory of how Zeta Halo was destroyed. Most people think that it was the UNSC Infinity, as far as I can tell. And I think that's a pretty safe bet. But there's also the counter problem of maybe that's too obvious. I mean, obviously, we've got a destroyed Halo. We've got the UNSC Infinity, most likely with a presence on Zeta Halo. Almost certainly. I don't know if we have confirmation that it even made it to Zeta Halo, but I'm sure it's there, and I'm sure it's involved somehow. But... I mean, given the past and given what happened with the Pillar of Autumn and Halo C, I think it's a decently logical conclusion to come to. What do you think?
Well, there's actually you thinking about not because you said the Infinity might have not been the case, which is obviously we all think the Infinity is probably what was destroyed because we also saw at the end of the gameplay premiere trailer and stuff. We got that shot of the Infinity kind of in shambles, kind of spread out. But what if the twist, it's actually the Spirit of Fire? Because I know the Spirit of Fire is stranded. We all know that. But there has to be some sort of explanation for a more... Because I don't think 343 is going to do what they did and just randomly change everything again. They're going to have some lore reason for why everything kind of has this mixed art style. So I have a theory that maybe somehow the Spirit of Fire was what was destroyed. And that could explain a lot of more classic elements. The Marines more scattered, or it could be both. I don't think, because people I don't think are taking into account that Halo Wars 2's story was very well received. A lot of the Halo community likes it. People always say to me that, well, it's a spin-off game, so they're not gonna make this a big deal. They're not doing a Halo Wars 3. I don't think they're ever gonna do one if the last Halo Wars wasn't financially successful. So it's a good way to figure it out. Maybe the Infinity was destroyed in space. Maybe it was helping out the Spirit of Fire. We also learned recently in extra concept art that there's 2 broken off pieces of the ring. I don't know if that is official or not. So there honestly could have been multiple things. It could have been a Mac Blast. We know the Infinity has that. We can destroy the Didax ship, I remember, from Halo 4. So I think there's multiple scenarios. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that if you look at the screenshot that we got that shows that there are 2 different fracture points on the Halo ring, I think it throws a wrench in the idea that it was just a ship impact or explosion or what have you. I think it maybe makes me lean a little bit more towards something deliberately being done to it to cause that to happen. Like looking at the
I think I know what
between
you're
the two of
saying.
them, how many there's supposed to be more than one controller room on a Halo ring, right?
Well, Zeta Halo, I think, is like the biggest one as well. And interrupting you, I don't want to be rude.
No, you're fine.
But in Halo Wars 2, Anders was in the control room and she could literally launch pieces of the Halo ring. What if, say, for example, the Harbinger or Cortana or this mystery villain was the one that kind of orchestrated this? Because I feel like the Banished, I don't think the Banished are working with Cortana. It doesn't make sense with their arc or anything like that. Atriox obviously wouldn't want it, and the Banished just want to fight. And I don't think Cortana is going to give the Banished a Halo ring for no reason. And Cortana wants to bring peace and stuff. So if she saw, I feel like this is just a proxy war between the Banished and also the UNSC, because the Banished are kind of just roaming free right now. Like, because you can't really stop them. They're unstoppable force. The UNSC is hiding from Cortana, and I feel like the Banished is probably fighting her as well. So I wonder if Cortana is somehow orchestrating these events as well. It's not like the Infinity is going to randomly just poof up at Zeta Halo because remember at the end of Halo 5 that stupid cliffhanger, and we know that Infinity was at Shadows of Reach as well. It's complicated. There is so many scenarios, but it doesn't stop us from figuring out some crazy idea, because 3 for 3 might have a twist.
Go ahead. No, it's true.
Oh, you
No, I was gonna say I had this idea that that the planet nearby might have been destroyed or something like that, and it would have caused destruction to it. But I mean, obviously in that new screenshot we've got, or the concept art rather, which we can take as, I would say it's very likely that it's something that's worth using as information, but it's also concept art, so it could
risky.
be yeah, exactly. So there's always a level of grain of salt you have to treat it with. Something else to consider, I think, is the fact that the ring could have been suddenly transported. The whole ass ring could have just been straight up transported, and it could have gotten destroyed or severely damaged rather in the process of being transported. I can imagine a situation where I can imagine a situation where Cortana is about to get a hold of it and they pull a Pillar of Autumn in CE at the beginning type of situation where they just send it through slip space wherever the hell they can send it to and just jettison it, and it doesn't do any good.
But we do know Zeta Halo lore-wise is not with a gas giant. It's with a rocky planet. In the concept art, there was a rocky planet. We don't know if it's the same planet, and that could explain the sun revolving. I don't know. That definitely could work out. But it's very particular at the end of Discover Hope that there's just a miraculous just piece of the ring fly off. So it wouldn't make sense for the ring. I'd feel like a lot of the ring, there wouldn't just be one part torn off. Or just 2 parts. It would be a lot of parts. That could explain the damage of the ring, or that's just extreme. The ring's also extremely old, and I think 3 for 3 has said that as well. That the ring's basically falling apart. Definitely. Like regardless of Banished, like the Banished are destroying the ring as well. Which maybe the Banished got angry one day and started blowing it up.
Threw a big monkey temper tantrum.
They just got mad. Master Chief maybe blown up one of their carriers, and they're just like. Maybe the Infinity crashed into it, but then maybe one of the carriers maybe crashed in it as well. Maybe Master Chief took down a carrier, and the carrier is what rammed through, not the Infinity. Maybe the Infinity is crashed and it's missing.
Yeah, I remember one of the prevailing theories that we had initially that we were going to come into this and talk about, that I think we can go ahead and throw out the window, was that the Infinity crashed itself through the ring. Now, I don't think that's the case, given that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's on the ring.
Yeah, no, definitely. Oh no, and I think those pieces that are all over the place are 100% from the Infinity. I think that those are
because Infinity has multiple frigates.
Yeah, within it, it's so goddamn big.
But the thing is, Zeta Halo as well is it's not an installation 04. This thing's massive, so maybe the Infinity literally is missing. That's why I explained you rescuing Marines and stuff and trying to rally them up. Like Halo Infinite could have like the Avengers, not Avengers feeling almost, but just this feeling of like kind of CE where you gather up not exactly CE, but you gather up the troops throughout the story and then you learn about what happened to Zeta Halo, and then at the end you have this climactic battle. And I can totally see that. It makes sense story-wise. I can see Infinity missing, Master Chief having the piece together. Where is the Infinity? Are people still alive? Learning from fellow Marines, new characters, even like Spartan Griffin. We know he's a character. He might be a multiplayer announcer or a full-blown character. He could be a cool character that might help us around the world and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of potential with this scenario, because I think FIFA 3 is gonna have a lot of mystery surrounding this blown up ring, and we're not gonna figure it out, I feel like, until probably midway through the game.
If there's one thing I think we can definitely agree on about it, is that it's almost definitely the stepping off point for the story. You know, like, it's definitely all roads lead to whatever happened with the ring blowing
Like, why
up,
is
what
Master
caused
Chief
it.
in space? Why are we fighting?
Yeah.
Why are we here? That's why it's so perfect that they started this 5 years after Halo 5, so they don't have to explain the mess.
Actually,
Like,
you know something that I'm thinking about? Maybe we haven't thought about the fact that Chief is floating in space enough.
Well, yeah, he got launched. Maybe a ship
Oh.
was destroyed in space. Maybe he was on the
Maybe
Infinity.
the Infinity was blasted to shreds in space, and the power from that blast, or the chunks.
Like,
from
maybe
that blast
Lasky was trying to
smacked
defend
into
it,
the
and he
ring,
evacuated everyone. So that would explain scattered Marines on the ring.
Yeah, and it would explain the frigate. and
Maybe there's a
everything.
pulse, because Halo rings have different firing options as well. Maybe there's a firing maybe the ring was fired, but it did one of the different firing options, because I know there's a pulse, and then there's the one that just destroys the whole galaxy, but there might be a different firing option where you can just fire at a specific target, which could explain maybe a broken piece as well. Or it could, honestly, I have a feeling it's multiple things that caused it, not
I
just
think,
one
I think
ship
what I'm
crashing
thinking
into
is,
it.
I think the Infinity got. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the Infinity got destroyed in orbit of the ring, and the bits that got destroyed took out different chunks of the ring with every which way that it separated. And that's why Chief is sitting there floating in space.
No, yeah, definitely. Also, there could have been a ground war as well. Because, like, because we saw concept art of this massive battle, like, with Chief or a Marine shooting at some Banshees flying, but it looked war-torn. Like, there wasn't just Chief there. And I have a feeling there might have been, on that proximity, that someone destroyed that ring purposely for good or bad. Maybe there is something... Because they're fighting for control of the ring. The UNSC and the Banished are fighting for control.
I mean,
so
definitely, at the end of the day, it's almost certainly something that was done for control's sake.
it's a proxy war.
It's definitely like Cortana wouldn't have been setting off to destroy the Halo ring, not by a long shot. The Banished might have been trying to destroy the ring, for all we know. Or they could have
maybe
been
the
trying
Banished
to
doesn't want his
preserve it for
Cortana as a
power.
weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
The Banished don't want Cortana in power, probably, or maybe they're working with her for some other reasons. I just feel like it's
God,
the
I can't
character.
rationalize that. That doesn't make any sense if that's true.
Yeah, because I think Cortana can play them though. I think Cortana
true,
can be like,
yes.
here's this ring, you can have this ring, go at it, just stop the Infinity, or just stop
Stop everyone.
the humanity.
Just tell everyone to
Like-
fucking stop it.
And then she
Stop
can just
it.
kill all of them once she's done.
Yeah,
So-
and then they pound their gorilla chests as they get upset and realize that they were duped. All right,
Ooga
well,
boog.
that's honestly all we wanted to talk about. We just wanted to take a little bit of time and have a discussion about that. To that end, I ask you guys, what do you think in the comment section? What do you think could have caused this to happen? What could have caused the devastation of Zeta Halo? And
Cortana's
especially
feet pics.
what... That's good. I like that. That's very good. Cortana's feet pics. It just, everyone instantly just, I'm not going to go there.
Nope,
Anyway,
we're done.
We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. I want to know what you guys think. Okay, I want to know what you in the comment section think. What theories do you have, or what do you think of our theories? Do you think we're a bunch of lame-brained knuckleheads with flat brains and worms climbing in from ear to ear to ear? What do you think? Well, in any case, I think that just about covers it. Thanks so much for coming on, CustomChief.
No problem.
Provided a good insight. Guys, definitely check out CustomChief's channel. He is a dope content creator. He's on that grind, and he puts out brief news videos that they're straight to the point. They tell you what you need to know, and they're informative. That's all you need. And he's very good
And
at it. There will be a
gameplay.
link in the
Once there's
description.
gameplay,
It's true.
we won't need news.
It's true. There you go. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Poggers. You ever seen that? Real quick. Have you seen that video of Chuck E. Cheese saying poggers on Twitch?
I think I did, and it
Oh
made me
my
want to
god.
die.
Oh my god. It's so bad. I'm going to put that at the end of this video. I'm absolutely referencing that at the end of the video.